Thank you. Breaking tonight, state agents are investigating after a deputy reportedly shot a man in Greenville County. 7 News' Scarlett Liz Jack has been following the story and has the latest.
The Greenville County Sheriff's Office says one person is shot following a deputy-involved shooting. Sunday afternoon, Greenville County deputies responded to a call on Steagall Circle about a man trespassing on a vacant property. When they got there, Greenville County Sheriff Hobart Lewis says deputies encountered the man, who armed himself with a weapon.
We're in the area of White Horse and Steagall Circle. Earlier today, around 1 o'clock, deputies received a call of a disturbance in this area. Deputies arrived on scene to encounter a suspect who was armed, at which time an officer-involved shooting took place.
The sheriff's office says one deputy shot at the man, striking him. Deputies then provided aid until EMS arrived and rushed him to Greenville Memorial Hospital, where he later died. The Greenville County Coroner's Office identified the man as 44-year-old Johnny Ray Moore Jr. The sheriff's office says no law enforcement officers were hurt during the incident.
Very happy and pleased that the deputies are okay. None of our personnel was injured.
Lewis says the deputy involved has been placed on paid administrative leave. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is investigating while the sheriff's office conducts its own internal review.
As you can see in the area, we have contacted the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. As per our general orders, they're out here conducting their investigation, as well as our Office of Professional Standards, who will conduct an internal review.
Sheriff Lewis says more information will be released in the coming weeks.
We will release our critical incident community briefing, and you can look for that on November the 5th. Please keep our folks in your thoughts and prayers, and we appreciate all your support.
In Greenville County, Scarlett Liz Jack, 7 News.
Hurricane Helene devastated lives of many, but exactly 1 year later, a family is choosing to honor their loved one with a concert. 7 News' Ariana Meadows tells us the family hopes it will bring light to the community.
Family, friends, and the community all gathered here in downtown Spartanburg to honor a woman who lost her life during Hurricane Helene.
Some say music brings people closer together.
Yeah, music was our thing. We went, everywhere to watch music. Her favorite band was Def Leppard. She loved Poison. She loved Bret Michaels' band.
Ronnie Fletcher's daughter, Anna Maria, died last year when a tree fell on her home during the hurricane. He says they bonded over music, but since her death, it became hard for him to enjoy concerts. The necklace he wears around his neck is what he says gives him comfort, as he reflects on the kind of person she was.
She was a 10th grade honors teacher at Bowling Springs High School. Her passion was teaching. That's all outside of music, teaching was her thing that she put all her energy to. And she was a big Titanic fanatic, but she was just so full of life. She was just, anybody ever met her, they just instantly navigated to her.
And that's exactly what people did.
I remember getting diagnosed with brain cancer, and my whole world shook upside down. But she had come and seen me in the hospital. Multiple teachers did, but she made an impact on me. She brought me my homework. She made sure my medicine was took.
People who attended the concert say they are remembering Anna Maria through every tune played, every music CD, necklace, and t-shirt bought. Fletcher tells us a portion of the proceeds will go to a scholarship fund in Anna Maria's name to help students at Boiling Springs High School go to college. It's been 1 year since her passing, but she is still inspiring people today.
I've always let her smile represent me. I smile at everybody, no matter if they're hateful, rude, no matter their color, no matter their differences. I smile at everybody, just like she did.
The concert is here at Smoking Buttheads until 11 tonight. In Spartanburg County, Ariana Meadows, 7 News.
And if you weren't able to catch the first airing of Helene, A Year of Recovery, there will be an encore presentation tomorrow at 6 on the CW 62.
Spartanburg residents took a stand against gun violence over the weekend. The Walk for Change began at the C.C. Woodson Field, organized by the Stop the Violence Coalition. The event comes 1 week after 17-year-old Zion Jordan was shot and killed at his home. Community leaders say the walk is a step towards healing and a call for unity in a city grieving multiple young lives lost.
There have been several different incidents in the College Park area. That's why we chose Collins Park. And we are going to door to talk to people, and we're going to build rapport to let them know whatever they discuss with us is confidential. And we just let them know that we're here for you. You don't have to fight this alone.
Organizers say the walk is just the beginning, a step toward peace and a call for lasting change in Spartanburg.
Breaking news now. 3 people have died and at least 8 others are injured after a mass shooting in North Carolina last night. Around 9:30 p.m., deputies were called to the American Fish Company in Southport. Just prior to this, a boat on the Cape Fear River passed by the company and its single occupant opened fire. Shortly after 10 p.m., the U.S. Coast Guard noticed a boat with a subject matching the shooter's description and detained him. Police say there is no credible threat to the public.
We're learning more about that federal investigation into the former sheriff. We told you yesterday that he has agreed to plead guilty to 3 federal charges. 7 News' Ripley Simone sat down with the former federal prosecutor to break down what happens next.
Former Spartanburg County Sheriff Chuck Wright has agreed to plead guilty to 3 federal charges: conspiracy to commit theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, wire fraud conspiracy, and obtaining controlled substances by misrepresentation. Former federal prosecutor Sloan Ellis says Wright will first go to court to enter his guilty plea. It could be months later before a judge decides his sentencing.
Federal sentencing guidelines are going to dictate what his sentencing range is, but those guidelines are only advisory. So the judge will be able to go above or below those sentencing guidelines.
According to the plea agreement Wright signed, he agreed to pay back at least $440,000. Ellis notes in one part of the plea agreement, the government agreed to not charge Wright with the 4th federal crime.
The government specifically agrees, pursuant to the terms of the plea agreement, not to charge him with a separate federal crime that makes it illegal to possess a firearm if you're addicted to controlled substances. So that's a concession that the defense lawyers were able to get from the government.
Representatives from Spartanburg County provided a statement on the issue, saying throughout the year, the county has been working directly with law enforcement authorities as matters proceed through the federal judicial process.
The Department of Justice is the entity that prosecutes those public officials, and they do a very good job at it. And as you can see here, it's a very well investigated case. You can tell just by looking at the information how much information that the Department of Justice actually had. And it's clear from the information also that they had witnesses that were talking to the government about what was happening, what Sheriff Wright was alleged to have done.
Ellis says the sentencing can play out in many different ways, and Wright's lawyers are going to do what they can to keep him out of federal prison. Ripley Simone, 7 News.
Wright resigned in May, citing a health diagnosis as his reason. A Spartanburg man's behind bars accused of stealing thousands of dollars from a nursing home resident. Authorities arrested 65-year-old Gregory Lewis Drummond yesterday after they say they got word that Drummond withdrew over $274,000 from the victim's bank account last year. Investigators add that he did so by using forged documents. The victim is classified as a vulnerable adult under state law and lived in a nursing home during the alleged misconduct. Drummond is charged with exploiting a vulnerable adult and forgery.